So he had gifted me artwork that was hanging in my house of the girl.
That is
Diabolical. And I had to fly back to the United States with this man.
Hello, everybody. Welcome into Unhinged, a new podcast here on City News Plus. We're so glad you are joining us. I'm Savannah Rudisell, one of your hosts, along with my co-host, Alicia Quarles.
That's right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Listen, if you're single and you're out there, it's hard in these streets, you're not alone. Yep. Savannah and I are with you. So this is a chance for us to unite, to commune, to talk about how rough it is in these Charlotte streets, and to hopefully one day find love.
So with this podcast, we are going to explore all there is to know about the Charlotte dating scene. We're going to be talking about things like dating in person versus online, looking at some of the conflicts and concerns specific to the Queen City, because we know it's rough out there just about everywhere, but Charlotte is its own beast.
It is. It definitely is. Okay, let's just get this started. Okay. So I moved to Charlotte from New York 2 years ago, and you guys, I just knew. I'm moving down south. I'm going to meet a nice Southern man. I'm going to meet my husband. Haven't been on one date since I moved here. That's how hard Charlotte has been for me. And I'm kind of like, what is happening in Charlotte? It's just dry.
It can be. It absolutely can be. I have not had that much luck here in Charlotte. I've been here for close to 5 years now, maybe 4.5, 5 years. And I've been on several dates, and I have met a very interesting cast of characters.
Okay, who was the most memorable?
Okay, well, memorable. I have had a couple of people who've lasted for a while. I had a boyfriend for like 2 years or so.
Oh, man, that's a good run.
Oh, yeah, it's a great run. It's a great run. Don't get me wrong. But when we're talking specifically about like the dating scene, you know, it's it kind of feels like one bright spark, you know, in there is great. So you kind of hold on to that. Yeah, doing that right now. Dating again for sure. So kind of dating about a year after a breakup. So I'm doing it slowly as of right now. That's kind of like how I'm feeling. Where it's just like we're taking things slow. We're not, you know, swiping like crazy by any means, but seeing what's out there again.
I like it. Well, I have 2.5-year-old twins, which is why I haven't been on a date. So my whole thing was let the kids get to the age of 2 and then start dating. But when you're at my age, there's a couple things. It's a confidence issue because you think, is somebody going to want to date somebody with 2 kids who are little kids? So it's like, how do you even approach people? So our morning anchors, Ted, Julian, and who was it? Jason. They were like, Alicia, you just need to go up to somebody at a bar. And I'm like, I don't approach guys. They're like, well, you need to. I'm like, all right, I'll try.
The 3 of them are the worst.
The worst advice, Savannah.
And they're all married, so in theory, they've dated successfully, if you will.
Girl, they told me, I forget what their pickup line was to a man, to like tap him and be like, what are you drinking? Who says that?
What are you drinking?
Right?
I'm a big proponent of approaching men first, I think, but a lot of them are shocked when people come up.
What do you say when you approach a man?
Well, if I'm going for like a pickup line, right? Yes. And I do it. I like to go, hi, I was trying to think of a fun pickup line to tell you, but all the good ones are taken. I'm Savannah. Hi. I will say, in all honesty, that has a 0% success rate.
Oh, that's so good. Do they laugh? Do they smile?
Again, it's more of a deer in the headlights. And then it was really fun is one guy, he just went, and like held up his ring. And I was like, fair enough. Have a good night.
We appreciate knowing you early.
Very good night. That's all right.
Okay, so what pickup line works?
Hi. I mean, like it's really tough too. Some people love pickup lines. Some people think they're kind of cheesy. It's just like in general, what I like to do and what I appreciate when people come to me with is like a little observation about something else that's going on, especially if like there's something crazy, like a couple's fighting behind us, or there's like the band's playing something like that, and they come up with like a little observation.
Yes.
Like, seeing this? Because it automatically creates like an us versus them kind of thing. So it puts us like in a team already.
I like it. Yeah. So I'm in my 40s. You're in your 20s, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the thing about in your 40s. It's not that I have not been approached by men. Mm-hmm. These men are all married. Ooh. And so I always find this out later. Well, I'm like, wait, hold up. We don't even get to a first date because, you know, you have to vet them and look online. And I'm like, well, bro, you're married. Mm-hmm. As recently as there was somebody in the studio and all the anchors were like, you should date him. You should date him. They're like, he doesn't have a ring on. I'm like, great. Yeah. Okay.
Came into the studio.
Yeah. And Julian ran after this man.
Oh, no. Oh,
he has never for me. And I'm like, thank you. Because I was too shy. So we like all feel victorious. Like, we have done this.
Yeah.
And then Annie researches him. posed up with his family, his wife and his kids.
Oh.
I'm like, dang. So this is just so in your 40s, it's dire out there.
Sure.
It's just rough. I'm just saying.
That makes sense. I mean, do you find that being on TV, being in the public, do you have more trouble dating that way? Or
I
do
think
you
it
find
depends.
Ads?
It depends. So I'm on Raya. So those of you who don't know, Raya is like this celebrity dating app, right? But the issue, the issue is this. Raya worked great when I lived in New York because it's international. So it's meant to be like if you can fly somewhere. So I could hit up all the time on there. But my lifestyle isn't like that anymore. I can't just leave my twins and be like, hey, I'm going to see Derek for the week. So we need like a local version of Raya. What about you? Do you feel like people are intimidated by you being on TV?
Not necessarily. I think they worry about something exactly like this.
We don't name names.
No, of course. Yeah, no, it's all going to be very generic, very anonymous, but the stories will be real. The cases are real. The people are real. Yeah. Yes. Just protecting privacy as much as possible.
Yes.
I don't know if intimidation is the thing. My hours are probably the biggest hindrance.
Okay. So when do you date? Like what night of the week?
I'll do like a Thursday sometimes because then if I'm like a little tired on Friday, I can push through and then nap immediately after. But yeah, for the morning show, I get to work at 3:00 in the morning.
Oh, baby.
I love it. I don't want to change it. I adore having my life revolve around it. It's just very hard to find someone who can be flexible with me.
Right.
Yeah. So coffee dates sometimes work, a little afternoon thing. If someone has like a work from home flexible schedule,
totally,
that always works too. But yeah, that is probably the more intimidating thing. They're like, hey, it's Sunday. Let's kind of hang out. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to bed.
You're like, just kidding. I'm going to sleep. I think for me, it's also like same thing, but in a different level because it's my kids.
Right.
So I'm like, guys will ask me out, but my whole thing is, are you worth my childcare?
Oh,
this is the thing. It's
point.
$25 an hour. Is going out with you worth my childcare?
Has anyone ever offered to pay the babysitter bill?
No, but you know what? This was a story. It went viral. So this woman said she's been dating this guy. She's a single mom of 2 kids. So she started asking him to pay for her childcare, and he got mad. But I understand that. It's like if you want to keep dating this woman, kids are expensive. She's a single mom. So it's something that you got to keep in mind. Can he afford it?
Yeah, man. That's interesting. That's really interesting. We coming up here in a little bit, we want to talk about some of our tales from the trenches, if you will. It is rough out here. It's very difficult. That'll be coming up here on the other side of this break.
Welcome back to Unhinged, where we talk about love and everything in between. Savannah Rudisell and I, we're just keeping it real. I'm Alicia Quarles about, the good things. We all hope to find love, but sometimes you got to kiss a few frogs to find your prince. This segment is Tales from the Trenches, from the gutter. Savannah, have you ever just had an experience where you're like, huh?
There's a common phrase online that they say, if men are trash, I am a panda, or I am a raccoon, a trash panda, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wow, messed that one up. But yes, me, the resident raccoon, have, again, found, a few hidden gems in there. But no, some of them are not as great. I think my most shocking interaction that I've had here in Charlotte happened just several weeks ago. And was out at a bar and met somebody at a bar. He was very charming. He was certainly kind of making the rounds I could see, but he came over to me. We start talking. Really good banter, right? So he gives me his Instagram. Okay. And he's like, yeah, let's plan a date. Like, how about Monday? We can do coffee. Great. Sounds awesome. So Monday, coffee date. We don't really connect much over the weekend, which is fine. We have a date set, so I don't need to talk to you much. We'll find out everything we need to know when we meet up in person. And I, with a coffee date, I'm leaving right from work, heading right there. I'm on the way. He's like, oh, so sorry, I didn't confirm. If we needed to move it back, we totally can. I was like, nope, I'm actually already on the way to the place that you said. I'll be there. He's like, okay, I'll be about 10, 15 minutes late. Well, that turns into about 30, 35, 40-ish. And I'm just sitting there sipping my coffee. And I'm like, oh, okay. He comes in. It's the same guy. Gives me a odd little side hug. I'm like, hello. He's like, oh, I'm sorry if I smell bad, which wild opening line. Wild. He didn't. But he's like, yeah, I'm still in yesterday's clothes. Which I wouldn't have known if he hadn't have said he's in yesterday's clothes. And I was like, it is Monday at 1 p.m.
Why was he in yesterday's clothes, Savannah?
Well, the story was he was out at the casino until 5 a.m. Still, 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's a lot of time. So I don't know. I never really got the full story there. But again, I was like, you could have taken a shower.
Yeah.
You could have just run home or grabbed a buddy. I don't know. So I'm sitting there already, like, on my heels, like at the start of this date, just thinking, like, who is this person? Like, I've agreed to meet. I'm so glad I'm in public too. I don't know where this is going. But we sit down and, like, kind of start to, like, try to connect a little bit. And it was, started getting, a couple conversations, and then he kept, like, switching the topic, like, as soon as, like, he thought we agreed. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Until it almost became like a social experiment, because I'm so confused about who this person is as a human, where I'm just like, gotta tell me more. Until I got him on a tangent where he was explaining numerology to me for about 20 minutes uninterrupted.
Wow. Oh.
And then he starts walking. He's like, hey, the neighborhood's really cute. Do you want to go for a walk with me? Alicia, it's raining.
Was he sober? I don't know.
I didn't test him. He could carry on a conversation, so I kind of
walk with that man in the rain.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. And I'm like, still in my work clothes too, so I was like, "Hey, dog. I don't want to do that. I thank you for your time." And he's like, "Hey, I'll be better prepared next time." And I said, "I don't like your chances of seeing me again the next time. I'm so sorry." And he's like, "That's fair. That's fair." And he took it well. He took it rejection, but I was just so confused on so many levels of, again, why he didn't clean himself, why he told me he didn't clean himself.
He's honest. He's an honest.
Stayed so long. Like, why was I there? Why did I finish my coffee?
You're an investigative journalist, Savannah. You were doing the Lord's work, finding out more about this man.
Yeah, he was a sociology class himself.
So I'm here. I'm the producer. Hey, everyone.
Kevin.
So many red flags, by the way.
Yes.
He apologized. I guess that's a good thing.
I love the accountability.
Yeah,
that's great.
But Kevin, should he not have told her that he was wearing yesterday's clothes and might possibly stink? Should he just gone in there with confidence?
Because he said I had a Sunday fun day that got out of control.
All right,
he was on a bender. He was on a bender.
He started.
Isn't it a red flag that he's? Did you say he's casino?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a red flag.
That's a red flag immediately.
Yeah,
are you
gambling?
gambling?
To, like, Two Kings.
Yeah.
That's the closest one here, or cross state lines.
Look, girl, he made it almost on time for your date, so I appreciate him coming back.
Almost on time.
How long was he there though?
35
Right?
minutes. Oh, I cut us off probably under an hour.
No, I mean, like, at the casino, that he, like, did he ever come home to sleep? That's the reason he didn't switch his clothes. Was he just there all night?
Sounds like he drove.
Did he
from
say it was a
casino.
bender?
It felt inappropriate on a first date to ask, where did you spend the night?
Well, who already told you he smelled? You guys were already probably close
He
enough.
didn't look bad, and he didn't smell bad.
But he was a hot mess.
Mentally.
Did you take a whiff? Like, did you, once he said it, right? Is it one of those things where you're like, all right, cool, I'm going to be, like, on alert?
Nah, I've kind of got a pretty good,
Nose blind?
pretty good. No, I've got a good nose.
Oh, got a good nose.
Oh, so
if
from
you're
afar, you would have sensed it.
Yeah. So if he's telling me a warning, I'm gonna go ahead and protect
She said she
myself.
doesn't want that. Right.
Yeah.
Was it more impressive now that he doesn't smell?
A little bit.
After he told you, he's like,
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm kind of impressed with this man, honestly. He had a Sunday fun day. Ding. He went out and partied till 5 a.m. You go, rock star. But he made it for the date.
He did. You know what? He showed up. He showed up.
Life would be an adventure with that man.
And I think for the right person, it will be. And that's just not me.
Yeah,
That's just not me. What about you?
Okay, we'll talk about one of the worst breakups I've had. So I believe my parents were married for 50 years. God rest my mom's soul. But I believe you can have many loves. That's just what I believe. So I love this artist, you guys. I dated him in my 30s. I mean, loved him. So we went to Iceland for his birthday. But a couple of weeks leading up, I kept being like, something's just not right with this guy. I don't know. We had dated for I'm talking years. So he left the hotel room, and I remember maniacally going through his stuff. And I had never done that before. I don't go through phones. I don't go through stuff. I'm not that girl. But then I find a receipt from Valentine's Day. And it was 2 of everything, except for one thing. I'm like, he didn't give this. It was like he bought duplicate gifts plus a bonus. I'm like, what is this? So I go to the coffee shop where he's at, and I sit outside, and I call the receipt. I'm like, I'm checking the charges for my boss. Can you tell me what the SKU number is? They tell me what it is, and I am shocked We cannot say it because we are family friendly-ish on the show.
Yes.
So I'm like shaking. Obviously, you guys know me. I talk a lot, but I'm actually quiet. I'm quiet the whole day. That night, he's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I'm like, "You've got two options. Like, option A, you can tell the truth. Or option B, you can just be quiet till we get back to New York because we were leaving the next day." He's like, "I'm going to go with option A." And I'm like, "Why did you buy blah, 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 blah?" And I lay in. He had been cheating on me the whole relationship with like a 19-year-old.
Oh.
And the worst part is she was in his artwork. So he had gifted me artwork that was hanging in my house of the girl.
That is
Diabolical. And I had to fly back to the United States with this man. It was awful. It was terrible.
Gosh.
Worst breakup ever. I mean, that would like mentally mess you up, right? I know it took a dark turn, guys. I wish, but that's in the trenches.
Evil.
Evil.
Is so.
Isn't that evil? I'm like, you let me sit there and look at your lover? Like, you knew? And she's like 19? Like, it was just the most bizarre breakup in the world. And then we had the same like friend group, so I'd have to see this man. I was just like, this is awful.
Oh, that is so terrible.
Yeah, it's not,
So, but again, the fact that you are able to come back from that kind of betrayal, from that kind of hurt, from that kind of trust shaking, I mean, not to be dramatic, but earth shattering, kind of situation, and still be open for love and still be able.
Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend.
But
this just shows you have to like watch who you date. Because I remember it was in my 30s. And when we got together, he knew I wanted kids, all this stuff. He was like, "I'd never waste a woman's time at your age." So just,
that's how you know they're going to waste your time.
That's how you, girl, that's red flag number one. When they announce it, they're probably going to do it.
I would never.
He's doing it. Yeah, exactly.
The last thing I want to do is hurt you.
They will.
It's still on their list.
Right, they will.
The bottom.
They will.
Well, it is coming up here in the thick of the holiday season at this point, so dating is even harder, but for some people it's a little bit easier. We're going to talk a little bit more about holiday dating when Unhinged comes back. Welcome back to Unhinged. We are now talking about holiday dating, having dates around the holidays because your family's not stressful enough. Let's add in dating. Alicia, do you typically have to have like a date to family functions, or is like that expected of you? Or because I know there's some people who don't want to show up to parties alone.
I used to, like in my late 20s, 30s, I would always have a date because of that, because you get sick of family being like, "Who are you dating? Who's there?" So I would always. Then at a certain point, we all realized I have a bad picker, like a bad picker. So then my family was like, "Please don't bring anybody. How about don't? Just don't." So they're relieved now if I don't show up with anybody. They don't want anything to do with anybody that I'm dating. I will, for sure. Savannah, what about you?
That's so funny. My grandma said that to me last time I saw her. She's like, "I think your picker's off." So funny. No, the thing is, I love my family so much. Family functions, holidays or not, are so much fun that if I bring someone new, it does kind of throw off the vibe.
Yeah.
Like, we've had nearly 3 decades of inside jokes, and now I have to like turn and explain it to you. So unless like you and me are kind of lockstep and I feel good about bringing you around with my family, sorry, you're going to drag the vibe down. Like, and not because you're a bad person, just because I love my family so much. We're so tight. Giving up any amount of family time around the holidays, it's not really something I want to do.
Don't you think it's a good litmus test, though? So if you bring somebody around and they can't hang with your family, don't you immediately realize like, this is not your person?
Absolutely. Yep. That has happened a lot. That has been a red flag I saw once, and I was like, oh, they'll just get more comfortable. They only got less comfortable. And so my parents were like, we kind of knew that first time.
Right.
Won't say anything.
My face is showing up again. But wait.
Bring it on
when, so is there like a limit of how much like dating time? Like, is it like 6 months that you would start bringing them to like Thanksgiving, right? The first major holiday coming back around.
Right, yeah.
Or is it like, obviously you don't, do you want to do it in the first week? No. So is there like a limit before you do that? And then like, I know you want to do the test. The test is good, but that's you don't want to do that too early on either. You're gonna fail.
Well, here's the thing. I'm chronically in love. Like, I just love. Everybody I date, I love you. So if I love you, you can come around my family. Yes, I don't think there's really like a time limit. I think it's the vibes and how you feel about the person, But also, I've been failed single for a long time, so don't listen to me, guys. Do opposite what I'm saying.
And, well, I think it can mean different things to different people, and that's such an important conversation to have before you bring somebody around. Like at least with my immediate family, they're never like, oh, we're meeting the boyfriend, or oh, we're meeting the person. It's not like that, and there doesn't need to be a hello, Mr. Russo, like that kind of thing. It can be much more casual than that. But if somebody doesn't know that, I think that's important.
Yeah.
So for me, it's probably not a time situation because my parents are always like, oh, this is just someone you're hanging out with. That's fine. But again, you better be bringing your A game.
Well, I think though to the partner, like to me, when a guy introduces me to his family, that's a big deal. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, we're going somewhere.
Really?
So I think,
okay,
yeah. So I think sometimes you would have to have those expectations on your partner as well. Let them know, like, it's fine. Everybody is my family.
Yeah. What about gift giving around the holidays? Like if you bring, or if someone brings you around their family and the holidays, do you get the family a gift?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you want to make that good first impression.
Sure.
Just in general, you don't go to anybody's house without a gift. The family, bring the mom a gift, a dad a gift for sure. What do you think?
I mean, it's a lot of pressure because you don't necessarily know what they like, what they don't like. And then you also don't want to just give like the generic like lotion set and be like, hi, I don't know you. Here's Vanilla Bean Noel. You know,
right.
I don't. You know, so I think that's kind of hard.
Or that candle.
Right.
The candle that's been...
The gift candle that every woman has and it gets passed around the world forever and ever and ever.
Yeah.
I once went to a boyfriend's house and I got them on books. And I got the dad a bottle of Centauri whiskey. I'm like, I'm in my bag. I'm doing this.
You're really doing it.
He was a recovering alcoholic. Nobody told me that.
Oh, again, nobody told me that first.
Right. So that didn't go over well. We didn't last.
Oh no. He said Alicia's bad.
Right. Bad influence.
Yeah. I haven't had that. I have had breakups around the holidays where the family had already gotten me a gift.
So did you get the gift?
Yeah, I still got the gift.
Okay.
And then I'm like, it was a gift card. And I like texted my brother, I'm like, spend this? Is that allowed? Is that okay? Like, I feel bad.
That's
like,
reparations.
Alicia, no. It was. Yeah, like, thank you for the gift card. I'll be using this to move on. No, not like that. Not like that at all. But it can be tough, gift giving. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So with your family, do they test? Do they do the test? Do they do any tests like that? Like, is your dad gonna mess with that new date that they have? Maybe is this their first time meeting too? Like, if that's the case.
Yeah, a holiday first meet is tough.
It is tough. Well, my dad is definitely going to do his test. He's like a man of few words. He's kind of scary if you don't know him. My sister will be adversarial to you the whole time I date you. But then once I break up with you, she'll be best. She's still best friends with my ex-husband. I'm like, homegirl, we don't dislike him, but like, why aren't we sending each other holiday gifts? Yeah, where's the loyalty? So, that's what happens.
Yeah, I don't think my family doesn't play games necessarily, but there will be like indicators, like that kind of thing, where like, I don't even know if they know. We haven't really talked about this much, but I know like if I hear my mom like belly laugh, like genuinely, like that's a good
keeper.
That's a good test for me. Well, she loves to laugh, so she might laugh at what anybody says. My dad is also pretty quiet as well, but he's not doing it to be like,
right.
He always told me like in high school, that we have like antique, like family heirloom guns. We're not a gun family necessarily, but it's like, he's like, I'm going to take it out of the case. When your prom date shows up, it's going to be like, son, she's my only daughter. I don't mind going back to prison for her. He's never served a day in his life.
That's your sister?
Yeah, no, that's not. Oh, I don't have a sister. No, that's true. No, older brother. But yeah, so I don't think any one of them do tests.
It's not even a real gun. It just says bang.
Yeah, exactly. The orange.
A little cartoon. Yeah.
Scare him a little bit.
So no, they like to tease me about doing tests, but they don't actually do that to another person. They're kinder than that, I think.
So do you both have siblings?
I have an older sister.
Okay.
Older brother.
And then the other thing is like, what about, have they brought their dates over and have you tested them or anything like that, or being in that other situation? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah. I have wanted an older sister for so long that like when my brother brought around his now fiance, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, I was a little puppy dog to her. I'm like, hi, I'm so glad you're here. And then I'm like, do you want to team up against Evan with me? And like kind of be like a teammate. So no, I was the worst guard dog.
I guess same. My older sister's my best friend, but she's a very difficult personality. Yeah. And so Winton is my brother-in-law. We're best friends. So when Winton proposed to her, we were like, yes, sucker. He doesn't even know what he's getting into. We were like, get off of our hands. Bye. To this day, he's like, I thought I was marrying you. I married Amber. We laugh about it now because we all love her, but we love him because he's taking care of her.
Thank goodness. And we got New Year's coming up, which is the kissiest of all holidays, if you will. New Year's kisses, I've spent a lot of New Year's singles. What about you, Alicia?
Girl. I've had some New Year's where I want to cry. Like it's hard bringing in the New Year as a single if you had just like really bad dating history. But now I'm like, you know what? I'm ever the optimist. So I'm like, 2026 is going to be my year. What about you, Savannah?
I think that there's this perception from people who aren't single or for those who've been married for a long time that like, oh, it must be so fun to be single and go out on New Year's. Yeah. I don't think they understand the awkwardness.
Pressure.
Yeah, it's midnight. Maybe you're at a bar or a party. Yes. Everybody's kind of looking around. And it's like, there's definitely like some palpable tension in the air, which that can be kind of fun too. Yes. Like you lean into it. Yes. But as far as like, New Year's, let's go. I have certainly not had nor ever witnessed like a Troy and Gabriella moment where you meet on New Year's and it just kicks things off.
Yeah. I had this boyfriend, the artist. This might be TMI. I don't know if I'll have to cut this out.
Hit it.
He wanted to, you know what I'm talking about? I had to be out New Year's Eve. And I'm like, at the turn of the clock, I'm like, this is so weird, dude. Nobody's doing this. Like, every year that was like, this would be the ritual. And I'm like, yeah, no. We're not just too much pressure.
I get it. That's the whole thing with holidays in general. There's so much pressure. Again, if you're not comfortable in your dating situation, maybe now's not the time to change things.
Sav, let's just be happily single this holiday season.
Let's do it.
It's all right.
Thank you for joining us here for this first episode of Unhinged. We will be back in just a couple weeks with another.
Happy holidays.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.